Hi guys, Melinda Fargas here. Welcome to Weekly Travel Updates. I'm so glad that you've joined us. There is a lot of news going on. Well, first things first, this is the very first video that is going to show live on YouTube. So my number one request is please go like the number 4 for Melinda Fargas. That's my YouTube channel for Melinda Fargas. I would love for you to go like it, even if you watch and then see this later. Thank you so very much. All right, so since I was going YouTube live tonight, I decided that I needed to update or upscale my presentation. But here's what I worked on today, but it didn't upload so that I could upload it to YouTube. So I'm just going to do it on 2 screens. Um, Here's the latest. Masks on cruises are still are not required, but they're still required for flights. Biden requested and it was approved. Masks are going to be required for all flights within the U.S. and terminals through March 18th. We'll have to wait and see what goes on after that. I kind of hoped in his State of the Union he would mention something about travel, but that's okay. It didn't happen this week. The big news, yay, big news. Alaska is good for 2022. That means our Alaska group will not have any problems sailing September 13th to the 23rd. It's actually will be in Anchorage and do the Alaska Railroad first and see Denali first, and then we'll get on the ship on the 13th. I'm sorry, on the 16th, and we'll sail southbound to Vancouver. Would love to have you join us. But that was really exciting news for us because last week, Canada was unsure they were going to allow the cruise season for 2022. The next big news, and lots of people, local people, have been waiting for this, for Brazil to restart their cruises. They just restarted their cruises. So you are golden. We can now sail from Brazil and do those South America itineraries. And even though I mentioned it last week, there's lots of hoopla going on around Carnival's 50th birthday. They have got special meetups. So like in the Caribbean, between Nassau and Eleuthera, which is a island in the Bahamas, 4 ships are going to meet one evening, and they'll have fireworks. They'll have all kinds of to-dos. Maybe dance-offs between ships. So lots of cool things. They have their own special drink. They have their own special. They have specials for all kinds of sailings going forward. So Carnival kind of has done it this year. Reach out to me if you want to go. And I'll also tell you that the sailings from Charleston have been really, really popular. So I skipped a page. 2. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. So Italy is dropping its testing requirements. Yay! Because a lot of people have asked me about Italy for summer. They've dropped the testing requirements. Right now, you still have to have a vaccine, but it could be like Israel, who are accepting anyone. So that's just a FYI. Jamaica drops their travel authorization forms, and they had a travel authorization form that had to be filled out. And if you had COVID, it even had some extra things that you had to go to or you had to include. So that's a big plus if you're thinking about Jamaica for spring break. The next thing, Israel will welcome all tourists regardless of vaccination status. Starting March 1st, they did it. You do have to take a PCR. You do have to come in with a negative PCR test, but no vaccine is required, and that is huge. there are several sailings that I've talked about with people who want to fly over Athens and then sail from Athens. Um, so having a mandatory vaccination may not be required. Okay, next big news. Hawaii is dropping the Travel Safe program. All right, so if you've been around my Facebook Lives, you will see that we're doing Hawaii in October 21st to the 28th. And I'm glad to see this one too. Both of our fire and ice trips, Alaska and Hawaii, both were getting concerning, but now Alaska's good, and at least Hawaii's headed in the right direction. We're not going until October 21st. And what we do is we fly over to Honolulu. We spend one night at Waikiki Beach. The next morning, because we're on East Coast time, we wake up super early. So we go to the Punch Bowl swap meet. You just have to know that I'm a shopper and a bargain shopper. And I like to take my groups where they have value. And a lot of them found tremendous value in going to the flea market on the way to Pearl Harbor. We go from the flea market to Pearl Harbor. Then we go from Pearl Harbor to our ship where we take off from Honolulu. We spend 2 days in Maui, an overnight as well. So it's just you come and go from your ship as you please. We travel 2 days, 1 day on each side of the Big Island, 1 day in Kona. That night we sail around the end of the island, and you can see where the volcano, where the lava hits the water. You may or may not see volcano lines coming down the side of the mountain. Sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. This is our 7th or 8th Hawaii sailing, and we've been lucky because we've seen it every time. But I had clients who went a few weeks ago. Yes, a few weeks ago, and they did not see it. They could only see where there was orange going into the water, and then it would flare up. Next thing. Hey, if you are a Star Wars fan, Disney launches the Galactic Star Cruiser, and they're calling it the next phase in immersive entertainment. It's going to have all kinds of gadgets. It is opening, and thank you for doing that because I have 3 nephews who are going next week. So I know that they will be super excited. And when I finish this Facebook Live, I'm going to call and tell them. Next big thing is you see this beautiful yacht. This is, man, you can't see it very good. This is the debut of the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection. They have, poor things, they have been delayed 6 times since they started trying to do this yacht collection. They have the yachts, is my understanding, but lots of things, global things and cruise options that were not so great. So they are pushing it back again, but soon to be. And the last thing I want to tell you about was America Cruise Voyages. The Mississippi River cruises, the Memphis to St. Louis. That is on America Queen. They're going to include testing with their sailings. And that saves a lot of money. Just wanted to let you know. Okay. Europe travel is exploding, guys. I mean, truly. I have clients who are arriving today in Europe, and we just did the tickets last week. I get it because a lot of people want to be certain that everything's going to go smoothly before they travel. And for this couple, we've done 2 trips in the last couple of months. Both of them last-minute trips, just so you know. It can be done. Reach out to a professional, experienced agent because we do it best. But I wanted to tell you what you needed. Like their flights to Italy $11.39 round trip. Flights to Paris, $12.99 round trip. And there is a Globus Scotland air and land tour. I hope that Chuck's on here tonight. And Michelle. But there's a Scotland air and land tour for $15.99. That is a huge deal. So I wanted you to know what you need to know before you think travel for international. And the first is make sure that you're up to date with your COVID vaccines and all pertinent documentation that's necessary to travel now. A good travel agent can help you with all of those details. Actually, one of the periodicals that I read this week said travel agents are coming back with big, big news because people are more concerned about booking travel now. They want somebody else that they can hold responsible for it. We would be that somebody else, and we're happy to take that. You know, we're going to celebrate 32 years this year, and we're terribly excited about that. We're going to throw a party. We were going to throw one on the 30th, but you know what happened to that. So make sure you're up to date before you travel internationally with what are the requirements at your destination. The next, check your destination's COVID situation and travel requirements before traveling. Countries may have their own entry and exit requirements, just like Jamaica. Jamaica, in addition to your passport, you needed and your vaccine card, you needed to have this Jamaica tourism health form. And those are some of the things that country by country, it's many of them are different. The next is when you travel to the United States by air, you're required to show a negative COVID-19 test or documentation of recovery from COVID-19 before you board your flight. So that's everybody who's coming into the U.S., whether it's you on a return flight or whether it's somebody originating outside of the U.S. and coming into the U.S., you have to show a negative test. And then the last thing is wearing a mask over your nose and mouth is required. You can't have any of the shields because I like those shields and I wear them in my store, but it's not good enough for a true mask situation. Your nose and mouth is required to be covered indoor, all public areas, and all transportation, including the terminals. Now, this is what I was talking about with Biden set this up where it was set through March 18th. And we have not heard any updates to see if that's going to be extended or how that's going to be handled. But at the moment, that's the deal. All right. And the next thing I have for you. Oh, I have 4 very cool travel apps that you might take advantage of. Everybody's heard of Cash App. Well, Cash App is one of the ways that you can communicate back and forth without any extra cost. So if you need money, if you need to send a message, like Cash App, Trey would respond just like that if I sent a message on Cash App. So check that out. The next is Live Trekker. I found this so interesting because Live Trekker, you can put in the cities that you're going to, and your family can follow you chronologically with your photos, with videos. It's really cool, and it doesn't look like there's a cost to it, to either one of them. And the next one is, you know, sometimes how you're reading some information about the destination that you're going to, and it's not translated. Just remember, even on the go, when you're in Europe, you can take a picture through Google Translate and it will put it back in English for you. And one of the coolest new apps I saw was called Here We Go. And Here We Go is a map app. So no matter where you are, if you turn on Here We Go, it's going to show a map of where you are with the, like if I opened it today and it had my city and all cities around me, and it told distances. It was just a really cool free app. So in it, and my understanding is, and I haven't tested this, but my understanding is it doesn't have to work on Wi-Fi. So you can have the app and it not take up your data. Say you were outside of the US. Anyway, go check out these four because I thought they were really cool. And if you have an app that you really like, that's a travel app, please share it with us because we would love to know. Actually, two of these came from customers and two of these came from travel vlogs that I follow. So let me share with you that this weekend was the sail away for the Wonder of the Seas, which is the largest cruise ship on the water. And remember, I told you a few weeks ago that there was another ship that was going to come out holding nearly 12,000 passengers. Well, that line is called the Dream Cruise Line. And regretfully, they are part of the same shipping company that owns Crystal Cruises. So it looks like Crystal Cruises, Star Cruises, and Dream Cruises are all going under, and they have this ship that is almost complete. I know that bedding and soft goods are already put in it. I don't know how much further that's gone, but now they're looking for a buyer for a brand new ship. It's never passengers on it before, but it's supposed to hold 12,000 crew and passengers. And with probably a ratio of more like 9,000 passengers and 3,000 crew. Whew. The largest ship on the water right now, Wonder of the Seas, set sail this weekend, and it can hold. It's a Oasis class Royal Caribbean ship, so it can hold up to 6,400 people. And right now, it's running at 4,200 passengers. I thought that was pretty cool. So, thank you for coming in and checking us out today. I'll tell you that I really am trying to explode our YouTube channel. So remember, it's for Melinda Vargas. Oh, I think I know I did a video. So here we are. Game on. We're ready for you. We're in downtown Mebane. I don't think that you're going to be able to get my QR code, but it takes you to my LinkedIn page. We're in downtown Mebane, and we are open Thursdays from 11 to 3, Fridays and Saturdays from 11 to 5, and we're there to serve you. So if you have a travel idea, if you have a bucket list, if there's something coming up and you would like that extra special touch, reach out to me. I'm Melinda Vargas, a travel veteran, 40 plus years in the travel business, and always an agent. So experience does make a difference in these times. Can your neighbor down the street who's booking your travel, do they know the right people to call if you're in a pinch? Do they have travel connections, travel resources that can get things done? Well, we've been proud to be in business for 32 years, and we have those connections. We would be honored to serve you, and with the opportunity, we'll give you the best service because we deliver the world to you. Oh, I found my comments. Hey, Becky Matawoka. Hola. She has been so encouraging to me. I don't think I told you, but since I saw you last week, we went to the hospital with Mom with what we feared to be COVID pneumonia, and it wasn't, so that's great. But we spent a couple of days. We spent nearly 16 hours in the emergency room, but all is well. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Linda. And Catherine, Lord, I haven't seen you in forever, girl. I'm so glad to see you. So you guys go subscribe to Formal Linda Fargus because that's the number one important thing right now. And remember, without a travel agent, you are truly on your own. Check us out. We would be honored to serve you on your next trip. Thanks again. And thanks for stopping by. See you next week. Bye-bye.